amigos y bienvenidos a Let's Get Cereal, el programa semanal donde yo, su host, Alyssa Marino, como cereales y hablo sobre las cosas. Mis amigos, yo estudio español todos los días, pero I can't do a whole episode in Spanish yet. I am working on it. This is not going to be that episode. But in the theme of me attempting to speak Spanish, I have a very special cereal today. Drumroll, please. Choco Krispis! Woo! My friends, I'm thinking about something. I feel like there's someone else that would really enjoy these Choco Krispis. Get over here now.
Oh my God! She got Choco Krispis! Thank you so much!
You are so welcome. If it isn't NXT's own Jake Atlas, how the heck are you?
What's up, guys? How are you? I'm great.
I am just delightful. Now, you had mentioned
Yes.
Choco Krispis.
Yes.
Tell me, what does seeing this box of Choco Krispis make you feel?
Oh man, it reminds me of my childhood back in Mexico. There was a period of time where I did live in Mexico with my family. This was what we got all the time when we were out in, we lived in Tijuana. It's so good. there's a Choco Krispies here. What are the three, Snap, Crackle, and Pop? But this is very different. I believe you got this one here in the US.
I did get this one here in the US, yes.
Yeah, so we're curious to see how this goes, but I have a feeling it'll still be good.
And while we're talking about mascots, can you just tell me who is this fine friend?
Melvin! This is Melvin! Choco Krispis de Melvin. That's how we know. He's a little, this is not how he used to look, but you know, It's okay. Melvin had a little bit of a tune-up, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always good to change things up. Nothing wrong with that, but the suspense is literally almost killing me, so I think we should open it
I
up.
haven't had in years.
You know what? This is something I've never done before. Would you like to open the box of cereal?
No.
Would you like to get first whiff?
Yes! Oh my God.
Hold on. This smells exactly like how it used to. Oh my gosh.
I will say, compared to Choco Krispies, this smells way more intense and way more chocolatey.
Yeah. That's what I get too.
Shall I pour?
Yes, let's do it. Tamborazo, por favor, I think. I don't know.
Oh.
We'll see.
You only open up this little side. You don't open the whole bag.
Yeah, that is
Okay.
how I was taught.
Preferences.
What do you do?
I open the whole bag. I'm an
Really?
animal, though, so I'm just in recent episodes I've been having issues with pouring and it spilling over. This might be
Yeah,
this
because
might be a
if you
solution.
open the whole thing, it all comes.
Yeah.
So if you just open a little, then and it's easier to close. Just a thought.
The more you know.
Oh my gosh, this is so good.
Are we eating this dry or with milk?
Jake, we have to add the milk to make it a party.
I
Say when. Say cuando.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
We're gonna do this together.
Mis amigos, Choco Krispis
De Melvin!
de Melvin. Let's get cereal.
Salud!
Salud.
Exactly how I remember it. Oh yeah, it's different than Choco Krispies.
I feel like these will not get as soggy as Choco Krispies normally do, which is my main critique of Choco Krispies.
I know you're liking this. Oh my God.
Jake, I want to know. I think taste is very strongly tied to memory.
Yeah.
What is this bringing back for you? When was the last time you ate Choco Krispies?
Oh man. I want to say it's been at least 3 years. Let's see, I debuted in wrestling in 2016. That year was probably the last year that I went to Mexico with my family. Whether it was like a trip, you know, that we did to TJ together, because that's what we'd always do. was go to Tijuana and like stock up on food, on Choco Krispis, like that we would bring back to the US. And that was probably the last year that, just because I always had to have my weekends open and available. So it's been what, 4 years? 4 years since, and it's just reminding me of, let's see, I lived in Mexico when I was like maybe like 3 or 4. The memory of a friend that we had out there, like it just different culture, just a completely different culture, and it was my favorite. It was the one thing that we would always stock up on and always bring back when we would come back home.
Well, I'm so glad that you made this suggestion to me, because this is really
I've been
incredible.
telling you for years, right?
You actually have. You really have. Now, do you find that the taste is very different from when you get it in Tijuana?
I want to say that it's very similar. It might be a little bit different, but it's definitely, like, I still prefer even this over like Choco Krispis. Yeah, that's
I can speak to texturally. I'm definitely liking this
Yeah,
more than
right.
the Choco Krispies. One thing that I do want to point out, I don't know how the cereal box is.
I'm all done.
You want more?
No, oh, well, please. Off camera.
I don't know how the cereal box situation was when you would get it in Tijuana. Would they have games? Would they have activities? Because we got nothing.
Yeah,
We got nothing
yeah,
on the Choco Krispis box. But we have some things in Spanish.
yeah. I think they knew you'd have a hard time reading as it is. So I think adding a game that would have been like, they would be stressed. You
But
know?
I feel like games are the universal language. Ponder. Alright, so empieza cada día con inspiración y diversión.
You know what that
Okay.
means. You actually, I
Start
know you do.
every day
Yep.
with inspiration and fun.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly that.
Okay. Oh. I didn't cheat. I didn't look. I swear to you, I
Oh,
didn't
is it
look.
really?
It says it underneath.
Oh, and it does say it in that order. Because I've always wondered, like, would it be fun and inspiration? Like, who decides what goes first? What word goes first? You know what I mean? That's a weird question.
What do you think is your inspiration? When you think about inspiration.
Since we are on the topic of Choco Krispis and Mexico, my mom. My mom is a huge inspiration. Single mother, has raised 6 kids. I don't know how. I don't know how we've not made her go insane. We probably have. I can't think of anyone. I don't think she gets enough credit from us, from her children, for what she's done. I think I've been very vocal in the past about like a lot of the decisions that I make and a lot of things that I want to happen for me, I want to happen for my mom. But she's definitely a huge inspiration. So much so, you know, that even to this day, she still worries about all of us. And we're always constantly telling her, Mom, you gotta worry about yourself now. We'll worry about you. No matter what happens, like, our decisions are gonna be our decisions. And while we value your opinion, you gotta come first now in this, you know, these later years. But that just shows you how she is as a person. She's always gonna worry for us, as any parent is. But I adore her, I love her, and I would say that she's a huge inspiration for me and why I'm here at WWE.
Was she one of the first people that showed you wrestling?
Yeah. It was my mom and dad at the time, you know, because when they were together, when we would go to Mexico and take trips for the, another plug, Choco Krispis, we would stop by and go to a lot of Lucha Libre shows out in Mexico as well. We would go to like Arena Coliseo in Guadalajara. We'd go to the arena in Tijuana that I've actually ended up wrestling in, which was really cool. That was the first like reveal to wrestling that I had, was lucha, and it was through my parents. If it wasn't for Lucha Libre being a pastime for them, wrestling would have not been a pastime for me, I don't think.
Now,
Maybe.
I mean, maybe. I feel like maybe that's just in your blood. Now, was there ever, did you feel a disconnect between the Lucha Libre that you were kind of brought into and shown at an early age to then when you started watching more mainstream sports entertainment on TV?
There was a clear difference, and I knew that something wasn't the same. I think that when I started watching WWE and wrestling here in the States, it was more so about the characters and the personalities of these human beings. Whereas in Mexico, I feel like they're all superheroes because of their masks, their capes. It was a different extravagance, presented in a completely different way.
And I feel like Santino's kind of blended those two worlds.
100%. It was the athleticism and the style of lucha libre kind of integrated into the American psychology of what, wrestling is here in America.
We talk about wrestling all the time.
All the time.
Some would say not enough.
Yep.
But I want to learn a little bit other stuff about you. I know you're an avid reader.
Yes, I am.
What are you currently reading, my friend?
So I'm currently reading, I like a lot of fiction. I've got 3 genres, and I'll be very open. Self-help, obviously like fantasy fiction, I like that. And then like biographies. Right now I'm on a memoir by Barack Obama. It's kind of talking about his presidency. I know he's releasing it in 2 volumes, so this first volume, the only one that's out, is about the first 4 years of his presidency and actually even leading up to. And it reveals a lot of things that kind of humanize him. Wherever you land on the political spectrum, I think that you can learn from everyone. So I'm enjoying reading it and kind of learning, his kind of views and perspective of what America was like during, when he was the #1 person. Like when you're the president, you lead the country. So it was. I'm really enjoying it. I'm about halfway done with it. So that's what I'm currently on right now.
So we talk about books. Now the other thing I know, one of the main artists I know that you love is Ariana Grande.
I love her.
We've had many a road trip with Ariana Grande and Lady Gaga.
Yep. I asked you the other day if you think that she's a good vocalist.
I think she's a good vocalist.
You said yes.
I think she's a very talented
I agree.
vocalist. What other music kind of gets you jazzed up to do what you do?
To do what I do, I think the 2 people that get me in the zone are like Kanye and Eminem. I like to listen to a lot of Kanye and Eminem right before I wrestle. I think they're my like pump up go-tos. I think that Eminem's story is inspirational, and you can hear it in his lyrics and in the way he raps. So not even just what's written, but how he's rapping it. You can hear it, like the conviction of his upbringing and his struggles, and I just feel like I don't relate necessarily. The idea of I'm gonna make it is what I relate to. That idea of I've got no other, chance. This is the one opportunity. No pun intended. That you can hear it through his lyrics and the way he says it. And they're my go-tos. They pump me up right before I go out to wrestle.
And it's kind of like how you were saying, no matter where you are, you can take away and learn something from anyone. So everyone's story is different, but you can always take something away. All right, so as we're coming to the end of our Choco Krispis, and we took a little walk down memory lane, I gotta ask, what were you like as a kid?
Oh, for a 20-minute show, I don't know.
Well, we all have our peaks and valleys, right?
I was a very shy kid. I was very introverted. I had a hard time making friends. I think that I even now have a hard time making friends. But when I did have friends, I did whatever I could to keep them. And sometimes that was bad things, and sometimes that was really good things. But I think now it's a trait that I have. I try to be a really good friend to the people that I have, because I already don't know how to make more friends. So I want to keep the people that I have. So I always do a good job of trying to do that. I think that's the bad things that I would do, I've grown out of. But like the good things, I would keep. Make friends feel appreciated, so on and so forth. But I was shy. I was very shy. I loved school, so that was a good thing. It helped with my shyness. I think we were having a conversation a little bit earlier. Like in my high school years, I would hang out in the library because I thought, well, I don't talk to anyone. I'm not going to talk to anyone, so let me just hang out here and be productive.
And then you became a cheerleader.
Then I became a cheerleader, and my head grew 10 times the size that it needed to be. It's deflated now, though.
I think you're at a healthy level. You're at a healthy level. One more question.
Yes.
When you were eating your Choco Krispis, what were you watching on TV?
Oh, okay. When I was eating my Choco Krispis, I would watch the Pokemon series, the original Pokemon series. I'm a huge Pokemon guy. Okay. Or was. I probably haven't kept up with the new generations now, but huge Pokemon guy. But just in general, SpongeBob was my absolute go-to. If you didn't know that, you can go on my Instagram. I'm sure you can find plenty of references. But that was kind of my go-to. I love SpongeBob. I think there's a lot of mixture of like light humor, dark humor, like it's just any kind of humor, and it goes with anything. Whatever's going on in current events, you could attach a SpongeBob meme to it or a SpongeBob video to it, and it would make sense. It's what is that word? Like
topical?
It's topical. It's transcendent.
Do you think that could be our word of the day?
Woo!
Transcendent.
Trascendente.
Trascendente.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Muchas gracias, amigo.
De nada.
Try and use it in a sentence today. I think it's that time.
Is it? Bottoms up? Yes.
Yeah,
Sí,
it's that
sí,
time.
sí,
See?
sí, sí. Salud.
Salud. Bottoms up. Oh my gosh, the chocolate almond milk.
Just
It was brewing at the bottom of the bowl.
chef's kiss.
My friends, this has been a great episode. This has been so much fun. I'm so glad that you and I got to eat some Choco Krispis.
I'm glad that you finally had Choco Krispis. I've been telling her to have it for at least 2 years now to have Choco Krispis.
I'm glad I could do
Bye.
it with you. That was
Yes.
a very, very special moment for my
Who would
first
have
Choco
thought
Krispis.
that this would happen?
Not I.
Oh, you did it.
Happen. So I'm sure if you are watching this video, then you know Jake Atlas. But in case you don't, Jake, where can folks find you?
You can find me on Instagram at @IamJakeAtlas, and you can find me on Twitter at @JakeAtlas_.
This has been lovely. I hope that you all have a fantastic week. Thank you as always for tuning in.
Que tengan una semana fantástica.
What he said. Hopefully in more episodes, I will have a little bit more Spanish to give you. Appreciate
There will
your
be a
patience.
day where she does it all in Spanish.
Todo el episodio en español. Someday. But until that time, do your best to be your best.
Haz tu mejor esfuerzo para ser tu mejor persona cada día.
Every day. And we will see you later.
See you later.